This presentation will discuss Forgotten Heroes, the story of Filipino veterans and their involvement within World War II. You've probably heard of Cesar Chavez, like the building that we have on campus. Well, fun fact, there is a mural of these veterans hanging up in our campus building. Cut the music. Why is there a picture of them in our building? Well, if you'd have some patience, Keegan, we can get to that part. Anyways, back to my story. In 1941, the Japanese bombed U.S. Pacific battleships. Their target actually was not Hawaii's Pearl Harbor, but the Philippines territory under the U.S. The U.S. shortly after a series of attacks joined World War II, and President Roosevelt pledged to defend the American Commonwealth of the Philippines. President Roosevelt also stated in a speech, "So long as the flag of the United States flies on Filipino soil, as a pledge of our duty to your people, it will be defended by our own men to the death." Then, a presidential order brought all military in the Philippines under American control. So tens of thousands of soldiers were sent to fight under the United States. As citizens of American Commonwealth, Filipino soldiers were legally American nationals, and Roosevelt promised them the same veterans' benefits given to members of the U.S. Armed Forces. Under General Douglas MacArthur, Filipinos fought with Americans in the Battle of Bataan. Well, fun fact, actually really sad fact, they kind of lost. After losing, General Douglas MacArthur fled to Australia, and the Filipinos were among the estimated 10,000 soldiers who died during the Japanese-led 60-mile death march across Bataan Peninsula. At this point, the Philippines was surrendered, but the Filipino guerrilla forces still fought the Japanese. They fought all the way until General MacArthur came back from Australia and reclaimed this area from the Japanese. Yet still, in 1945, an estimated 1 million Filipinos died from World War II. Wait, that can't be the end of the video. You skipped 3 years here, so I'm gonna need you to take it back again. You literally did not even let me finish. Anyways, in 1943, Roosevelt restated in a speech, "I give the Filipinos my word that the Republic of the Philippines will be established the moment the power of our Japanese enemies is destroyed." And surprisingly, this promise was really kept.
General of the Army, Douglas MacArthur. Ladies and gentlemen, with this ceremony, a new nation is born. A nation conceived in the centuries-old struggle of a people to attain the political liberty to embark upon its own national destiny. A nation dedicated to the furtherance of those rights and those principles which serve to compose and advance man's dignity upon the earth. A nation upon whom the eyes of all oppressed peoples are today cast with the burning light of a new faith. 48 years ago, the mantle of American sovereignty fell over this land and this people. It was the beneficent sovereignty of a liberator, pledged to be withdrawn as soon as the well-being of the people would safely permit. America never wavered in that purpose. America today redeems that pledge. For 48 years, our Army has stood on these shores. An army of free men dedicated to humanity's highest service. Its role has never been to rule, never been to subjugate, never been to oppress. These years have seen many men come and many men go. Men truly representing a cross-section of that land beyond the seas, who brought with them a better understanding of the West and carried back with them a better understanding of the East. This land and this people that I have known so long and loved so well.
So as Roosevelt had previously promised, on July 4th of 1946, the Philippines became an independent nation away from the United States. But we'd soon find out that Roosevelt failed to keep his next part of the promise. Congress passed the Recession Act, which soon nullified the promises to veterans because the US government was too worried that it would cost them too much, around $3 billion too much. They instead gave $200 million to the Filipino government and told them to disperse it among the veterans of Filipino World War II veterans. Okay, hear me out now. That math ain't mathin'. Later, President Truman stated in one of his speeches, "I consider it a moral obligation of the United States to look after the welfare of the Philippine Army veterans. They fought as American nationals under the American flag and under the direction of our military leaders. They fought with gallantry and courage under most difficult conditions during the recent conflicts." But still, 7 decades later, they have still been waiting on that last promise. But in 2009, the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act allotted a lump sum of payments of $15,000 to surviving Filipino veterans who were American citizens and $9,000 to non-citizens. And in 2017, Filipino World War II veterans received recognition and were awarded the Congressional Gold Medal as a high honor. Sadly still, over half of these veterans never received this honor or the money that they were allotted to have. And that is why that mural still stands in Cesar Chavez today, because those Filipino World War II veterans still have not received their rightful dues, and they deserve them.
Sound